Chapter 5. The caterpillar and Alice looked at each other for some time in silence. At last the caterpillar took the hookah out of its mouth and addressed her in a timid, sleepy voice. "Who are you?" sighed the caterpillar. This was not an encouraging opening for a conversation. Alice replied, Riddle said, "Highly, hardly no, sir. Just a present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have been changed several times since then. What do you mean by that?" said Does that sound me? Explain yourself. I can explain myself. I professor said Alice because I'm not myself. You see, I don't see said the caterpillar. I'm afraid I can put it more clearly. Alice's reply was politely, for I can understand it myself to begin. We can begin with, and being so many differences in a day is very confusing. It isn't like the particle where perhaps you ever thought it so yet, said Alice, but when you have to turn into a chrysalis, you will someday, you know, and then after that into a butterfly, I should think. You feel it a little clearer when you know at a bit said the caterpillar, well, perhaps your feelings might be different, said Alice. All I know is it would feel very weird to me. You sighed the caterpillar contemptuously. Who are you? Which brought them back again to back the beginning of the conversation. Alice felt a little irritated and the caterpillar making such very short remarks, and she drew herself up and said very gravely, I think you ought to tell me who are you first. Why, said the caterpillar. There was another puzzling question, and as Alice could not think of any good reason, and as the caterpillar seemed to be in a very unpleasant state of mind, she turned away. Come back, the caterpillar called after. I've something important to say to sounded promising. Constantly, Alice turned and come back again. If your temper, said the caterpillar, is that all, said Alice slowly down her anger as well as she could not, said the caterpillar, said Alice thought she might as well what as she had nothing else to do, and perhaps after all it might to tell her something. Hearing for some minutes, it moved away without speaking, but at last folded arms, took the hookah out of the mouth again and said, "Do you think you're trying, do you?" I'm afraid I'm sure and others I can remember things I used and I don't keep the same size for 10 minutes together. Can remember what things said the caterpillar where I tried to say how got the little Billy breathe, but I bit but it all came therefore Alice reply is a very melancholy pause. Repeat, you are old, Brother William, said the caterpillar, folded her hands and began. That is not sight caterpillar the caterpillar no fire right and friend and Alice family so of the words have the alter is it is wrong from beginning to end, said the caterpillar decidedly, and this was silence for the some minutes. The caterpillar was the first to speak. What size do you want to be? Is it asks. I'm not particular as the size. Alice happily replied. Only one doesn't like changing so often, you know. I don't know, said the caterpillar aside. Nothing she had never been. She must contradicted in her life before, and she felt and she was losing her temper. Content very good head in there inside the particle and really reeling itself upright as it spoke. But I'm not used to it, pleaded for Alice in a Protestant, and she thought to herself, I wish the creator, creators wouldn't be so easily of the offended. You'll get used to it in time. So sighed the caterpillar, and it put the cover into its mouth and began smoking again. This time Alice waited patiently until it could to speak again. In a minute or two the caterpillar took the hookah out of its mouth and yawned once or twice and shook itself. Then it got down off the mushroom and crawled away into the grass, merrily remarking as it went, "Oh, one side will make you grow taller and the other side will make you grow shorter. One side of what, the other side of what." So Aristotle herself of the mushroom said the caterpillar just as if she had asked it alone, and in another moment it was all of sight. Alice remained looking thoughtfully at the mushroom for a minute, trying to make out which were the two sides of it, and as it was perfectly round and found this a very difficult question. However, at last the stretched her arm round it as far as they would go and broke off a bit of the edge with each hand, and now which she said to herself, and nibble a little of the bright hand bit to try the effect. The next moment she felt a violent blow under her neck to chin, and it struck her foot. She was a good deal frightened by this very sudden change, but she felt that there was no time to be lost, as he was certainly rapidly so she set to work and was to some of the other bit he changed for present so closely against her for that there was hardly room to open her mouth, but she did it at last and managed to swallow almost on the left and had been got my head free. To look out of the serpent's neck, and they way I haven't had a wink or sleep those 3 weeks. I'm very sorry you've been annoyed. said Alice, who was beginning to see it raining just as I taken the history in the wood continued. The pigeon rising its towards the cirque, and just as was thinking I should be free to them. Uh, at last they must needs come wriggling down from the sky of serpent, but I'm not serpent. I tell you, said Alice. Well, what are you? Said the pigeon. I can see you trying to invent something. And little girl, said Alice rather doubtfully, and she remembered the number of chance Thanks she had gone through that day. Her leg literally indeed said the pigeon in a tone of the deepest contempt. I've seen a good many little girls in my time, but never one watch with such a neck as that. No, no, you are a serpent, and there's no use doing it. I suppose you'll be telling me next that you never tested an edge. I have tested edge certainly, said Alice, and was chill and little girls it acts quiet as so much as surprised. Do you know? I don't believe it, cites the vision, but if they when they are open, and I can say well of when all the side the beyond in a sulky tone it settled down again into its nest. Alice crouches down among the trees as well as she pulled for her neck kept getting tangled among the branch, and every now and then she had to stop and twist it. After a while, she remembered, and she still had a pieces of mushroom in her hands, and she set to work very carefully, enabling first at one and then the other, and growing sometimes taller and sometimes shorter until she had such it and bringing herself down to her usual height. It was so long since uh, she had been anything near the right size, and it felt quite strange at first, but she got used to it a few minutes and began talking to herself usual she have my plan done now how puzzling all these changes are. I'm never sure what I'm going to be from a minute to another. However, I got back to my right size. The next things it to get into the beautiful garden. How it that to be done? I wonder. As he said this, she come suddenly upon an open place with a little house. It about farm it has whoever lives that talk unless it I'll never do to come upon them this size. Why I should frighten them all if they're with saucy began snuggling at the right hand bit again and did not venture to go near the house till she had brought herself down to 9 inches height. Okay. Summary Chapter 5. The caterpillar asks Alice who she is. She answered she doesn't know because she has changed. so many times that today a brief conversation followed during which Alice gets a little irritated because the caterpillar is rather crusty and keeps making very short remarks. Alice starts complaining and she is too small and the caterpillar finds advice advises her to eat from the mushroom. One side will make her grow taller and the other side will make her grow shorter. Then he crawls away. Because of her long neck, the penguin mistakes her for a serpent in search of her eggs. Alice succeeded in convincing it that she is only a little girl and is going from the mushroom until she reaches to her normal. She walks on and reaches an open place in the wood with a little house in it. In it, she is too big to enter. She eats from the mushroom to bring herself down to the right size. Okay, the quotation from chapter 5. The quotation chapter 5. I can explain myself. I'm right, sir, said Alice, because I'm not I'm not myself, you see. Thank you. I will next chapter 6. See you.